what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Béatrice and I am from Brussels in Belgium.
And how long have you been at Brockwood?
This is my third year.
And it might seem a while ago, but how long do you feel it took you to settle into the school?
Yeah, I actually remember quite well. I was really stressed when I arrived, just because it was so different than everything else that I had ever encountered. And it was very surprising how fast it went. That like in a week, I think I felt completely at home. Probably because, I mean, the people here are very, like they approach you and straight away I felt very comfortable and accepted for who I was, and that people were actually trying to get to know who I was rather than imposing a certain idea on me.
So, kind of following on from that, how do you feel the place has kind of changed you? Or how do you feel the place changes students in their time here?
Yeah, that's a funny one. I don't think... I actually had a conversation about it a couple of days ago. I don't really notice how I've changed, but it comes up a lot when I go back home. Like my parents and my friends often point out at the fact that I have changed a lot, that I'm more independent, more mature, that I'm more skeptical about things. I think that's a big one. I question things more. I also listen quite more than I used to. And I think it's not only me. I think that's a general feedback from people that have been here. I seem to know myself also better than when I arrived. So it's like I'm less fiddling in between figuring out stuff. I know where I'm going, I think.
Because of course the education that is on offer here at Brockwood is quite unique.
Mm-hmm.
And so what has your educational journey been here?
Well, it's been quite transformative, I would say. I felt like my educational journey really began here. It helped me reinvent the boundaries of what I thought education would be. And most of all, I think it taught me that it will never end now, that I will forever stay a student of life, I would say. And yeah, I'm less competitive. I compare myself less. I learned to go by passion rather than by ambition. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, because you've done a range of different subjects in the time that you've been here.
Yeah, I started, when I arrived, I was quite set on taking A-levels. I was 16 and I only knew exams. So for me, it was quite straightforward that I wanted a diploma. But talking with my SA and with different staff members and just with students as well, they told me that it would be probably best to have a year to kind of discover the place and the opportunities it has to offer. So I took Brockwood courses, so I took a variety of subjects just by choosing random ones that kind of spoke to me that I had never tried before. And in that year, I really discovered subjects that I really liked. And so that also helped me the following year choose my A-level subjects. And then now it's been 2 years that I am taking A-levels. And well, it's quite different than taking exams anywhere else because, I mean, we're very independent in our learning and there's not that pressure of succeeding. Like, I feel like this 2 years has really been about learning rather than succeeding. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
And within that process of learning, you're asked to be very responsible for your own learning. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it was quite hard at the beginning because I was always told what to do in a very structured way. Like, there was a certain question and there was only a limited lines that I could write to explain what I had to say, or I don't know, set tasks that I had to complete. But here it was always quite vague, and so when I arrived I was quite lost on how to fill up my study halls or how to choose what I wanted to research. But I think this has taught me quite a lot about myself, and just in general, I don't know, I really developed my critical thinking and my analytical thinking.
And do you feel kind of in a broader context too, outside of your classes, that the students have an opportunity to have their voice heard within the running of the school, the day-to-day activities in the school? You feel that there's a strong student voice?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, that can be just with core group on Mondays, just questioning the rules that we have here, or some things that we do every day. There's always that place for change, and it doesn't necessarily have to come from a staff member. I feel like this. I also remember like coming in here and being like, I have to call the staff member by their first name. Wait, how does that work? I was really lost, but then I actually figured out that it wasn't that much about hierarchy or, I mean, of course they're responsible for us, but I feel like there's a place where they can also learn from us. And so there is that space where we can bring up stuff that they probably haven't thought about before, or like it's a discussion rather than rules being imposed. So yeah, I definitely feel like I have a voice, and that students have a voice in general.
Because again, people maybe will ask about what is the community like? What is it like to live at Brockwood, and the relationships that you have here? How would you describe that?
I would say that they're more authentic, way more authentic than anything I had encountered before. Maybe that's because we don't have phones and that we're constantly with each other. Like how you deal with boredom is by interacting with others. So I would say, I don't know, and also by just living with each other, we're only 70, so you really get to know each other, and we really respect each other's boundaries. So, and also with staff members, I'm like they truly care. Like, I don't know, there's mutual respect in the relationship. That's very important, and that respect really cultivates a space where you can listen to one another, where I feel like I can at any time really knock on someone's door and be like, I'm not okay, can I have some help? And not be ashamed of that. I think that's also a key point, is that I'm accepted for who I am. And that's in any circumstance, really.
And also this sense of you as an individual developing your own kind of way in the world, like this sense of you developing independent thinking. Do you think that this is something that's happened for you here at Brockwood?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think that's one of the common feedback I get from my friends and my family. It's that I'm really independent, just in my way of being, but obviously that relates to my thinking. I don't know, as I said before, I'm skeptical way more, and I think that comes from, inquiry time, discussions, also just really having that intention of get to know yourself, and when I do get to know myself, I know there's certain things I'm better at than others, and so I don't know, that really fosters that independence, I think.
And are you leaving Brockwood this year?
Yes, I am.
And do you have any plans for next year or for the future?
Yes. I mean, it's quite uncertain, but I'm going to university next year, probably, back in Belgium, in Brussels.
Do you know what course you're going to be doing?
Communication and information. It's a bachelor in 3 languages, in Dutch, French, and English. It's quite exciting, but we'll see how it goes.
And how do you feel about leaving Brockwood?
Well, I feel very sad. It's a bit scary. Because I don't know if I'll ever really find a place with that authenticity and that safety, and like it really feels like a home, you know. But I think I'm ready. After 3 years, I've really developed the skills to go and just navigate this scary world.